What's going on, family? Bless up. Theodore Helverveer, aka Big Teddy, back in the building. What's going on with you, family? I hope everything is going well. I hope you guys have already enjoyed the first episode of season 2. Again, so black, we black. But we back. So glad, so happy, so proud to be back with you all. So thankful for our listenership and everybody that has joined in from all over the globe. Again, really happy to have you. I know you guys heard it in the intro already and in the promo, but just in case you didn't catch it, I want to advise you to go over to the HOHcollective.com. It's our new website, and it's so dope because it has links to all of our podcasts, all of our socials, so you can find everything that we're working on right now. You can get transcripts of the shows, you can get copies of the book, you can get links to all the products that we're talking about, and it's just an easier way to access all the information that comes out of the HOH Collective. Just find out what's going on with us, what we're up to, and you can check out the new vlog. So something that's really cool and really different that we're going to talk about today, and I'll explain to you the reason why we're finally talking about this for the first time. So something I'm very proud of and very happy about is that all of this content that we've given to you guys, all of this content that we've put out has been 100% free. And I'm really happy and proud and thankful to have been able to do that. Something I've never really touched on or really focused on specifically is business. And the reason for that is because more than just surviving life, as a podcast, as a book, as a platform, is about helping people. And even though making money is a way to help people, there are so many things that you have to do before you're ready to make money. Happiness, functionality, being able to feel good about yourself, be at peace with yourself, have control over your life, comes before all of those things. And so something that we discuss in the book is you have to know how to get your mindset right. You have to know how to get your energy right. You have to know how to put yourself in the right place. And you have to know how to set up that information for yourself. Something I learned at a very young age is not just about picking your battles, but it's about setting up your field of battle to be in your favor, right? Something that Sun Tzu says in The Art of War is that battles are fought and won in the heart and mind, and they take place way before you ever touch the field of combat. And this is what more than just surviving life is about and has been about. It's about teaching you how to shape the ground before you, so that you can win in any and all situations that come your way. Whether it's in dealing with your family and your life and your significant other, or dealing with your work situation, you have to work through a lot of the things that are going on in the background. Because if you're not starting out a process with the right energy, with the right mindset, with the right control, you're not going to win. It's not going to progress. It's not going to prosper. And then the other thing that we talk about is how to change your mindset and change your energy when you are in a negative. One of the most important conversations that we've ever had is turning negatives into positives. Because if you think that every day, no matter how controlled you are, is going to be good, you're always going to feel great, you're always going to be on top, it doesn't work like that way. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. And so one of the other important things that you need to learn and understand is how to function, how to do well, how to prosper, even when you're not in a good place, even when you're not in the right mindset, even when your energy is not exactly where you want it to be. Because something that I just posted very recently that got me hyped and got me pumped this morning, and is the mindset behind this episode, is your goals don't care how you feel. Your bank account doesn't care how you feel. Your bills don't care how you feel. The only person, well, if you're lucky, the people you love care about those things and they matter and they'll help. But your focus determines your reality. You know what the key word to that is? You. your focus. Yeah, we have other things and situations that happen outside of us because that's life. It's interacting with other people. And there are things that you can't control that are going to affect what you go through and your ability to be happy. But this is part of why you need to understand, all right, well, I can change this, I can do this. We talked about the 90-10 rule also, just to come back to things that we've already worked on and build into this lesson. 10% of shit that happens to you, you have no control over. 90% is how you respond to it. And again, so this is not operating under the fallacy or pretending that every day is a good day and every day is always going to be right and things are going to be where you want them. No. But you need to know how to work on situations and how to put in work even when you're not feeling 100%, right? Something that was really dope quote from the Game of Thrones, Lord Peter Baelish, Littlefinger, he says, chaos is not a pit, it's a ladder. Okay? And another place where that applies is the stock market. So when you listen to guys like Gary Vee and Tony Robbins, and so Tony Robbins is a motivational speaker, but he is also a businessman, and he's someone who's dealt with the top business people in the world and the top stock markets in the world. And Gary Vee is almost an exclusively a businessman, but he does motivational speaking as well. And something that they both talk about is one of the best times to make money. One of the easiest times to make money is when shit is bad, when everybody's in a deficit, when everything is going wrong and everybody thinks the world is on fire, right? Because what's important is knowing how to function in those systems, in that situation. And what a lot of people do is they panic, they shut down, they break down, they lay in the bottom of the well, and they stay there. And because more people do that than not, it's what everybody thinks happens and what everybody thinks is supposed to happen. But the people who know better, the people who've had the opportunity to learn, and fortunately I have had the opportunity to learn, and I want to share that with you now, know that when things are at their worst, this is when the greatest change is possible. This is when the greatest opportunity is available, and that's in business and that's in your personal life as well, because it's your chance to say things need to be different. How do I want to make them different? Okay? And we talked about change for the sake of change. Change for the sake of change is stupid. It's pointless. It doesn't work. It doesn't help. It doesn't move you forward. It doesn't get you anywhere. But change for the sake of growth, change for the sake of doing better is always prosperous, right? And so in terms of stock and business, what they talk about is patience. It is direction, right? The times when people lose the most money in the stock market is when stocks are down. And everybody's like, no, I need to pull my money out. I need to pull my money out. And the people that pull their money out lose the most money because they put in at a high point, they take out at a low point, and only the market made money, okay? And something you have to understand is the house always wins. We talk about that in poker. No matter how much money you make or lose, the market wins. And so this is us educating ourselves so that we win regardless of whether or not the market is winning, because they're going to get ours. So the only person that's going to focus on you getting yours is you. And this is why we need to know enough to work through those low points, to work through those mindsets. So something dope that we're doing, and this is us doing this with the HOHcollective.com, is we're providing regular blog posts. We're providing regular vlog posts now and putting out this information so people know, how do I get to this? Something that I've tried to do with you guys that was a bit of an issue for me in the past, right? And we try to provide front end value to our content. So that means as soon as you start listening, we're already talking about the things that you need, the tools that you need to do better. Okay? The website has allowed us and is allowing us to do this 100-fold. Because what we're doing with the website is putting all the information right at your fingertips, right there. We're doing all the research for you. We're doing all the background checking. We're getting all the information we need to make sure everything that we provide to you and share with you is going to give you value, that there's going to be minimal possible risk in it. And the reason I say minimal and not no is because anyone that tells you there's no risk in making money is a fucking liar. There is no such thing as a situation that has no risk. This is in every aspect of life. Everything is an investment, and sometimes you get back dope shit and sometimes you don't. But what mitigates that situation, makes it a negative or a positive, a plus or a minus, is the effort that you put in. It's the information that you get to put in that effort with, right? And so the issue that I used to have with all of these business books, because a lot of business books and a lot of business programs and a lot of business videos are like, well, if you just think right, then you'll think yourself into richness. If you just, no, it's part of it. It's not all of it. And so what we finally got the chance to do is put together programs and packets and information of all the stuff we've gathered and all the stuff we've been working on, and a lot of the new things on how to start your own business online, and how to do that if you have a product, and how to do that if you don't have a product. And so part of this episode and the first blog post that I'm going to do for doing business online is for two groups of people. It's for people that have physical, concrete products and want to get them to people and have a hard time doing that and don't really know how to, and that's not working for you. And then the second part that we're going to put out is for people that don't have a product and don't have something physical that they're trying to sell. Because my issue for a long time was I didn't have a physical product. And it's like, well, if you don't have a physical product, how are you supposed to make money? What are you supposed to sell to people, you know? And then they have all of these other things that you're talking about. And I'm like, well, right, none of this really works for me. None of this really makes sense for me. And so I've spent a lot of my time, instead of working online, working with small businesses and other people's products. And this is why I've had the ability and the blessing to be able to learn about all of these things, to be able to share with you. Because whether it's been working with my family's small business or running other people's small businesses for them, the entirety, the background of my career in logistics has been helping people grow their business, helping people manage their small business and not lose money. And so what I want you guys to do is, I love that you listen to the podcast, because the podcast is about saving time but still getting the information you need. You know, sometimes you listen in your car on the way to work, on the bus, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you're listening at night while you're winding down or to get your morning started. And I'm so thankful to be able to end and start and go throughout your day with you, right? And so the website is mobile accessible. That's how most of us live, on our phones. And if you go to the website, instead of having to read through pages and pages or tons and tons of this and that, in our blog post, we are putting together for you the information if you want to read it and you consume that better. We're putting in links to the videos that teach you about the things, and just how to get your start if you want to do online business. And so what we're going to be talking to you and teaching you about in this up and coming blog post is Shopify. Shopify versus Amazon, Shopify versus Etsy. And for those of you who don't know what Shopify is, because for a long time I didn't know what Shopify was. And you know what the horrible thing is? My background and my business in terms of working with people is knowing about these things. So one of the guys that I trust the most, and you guys have heard me mention before, is Gary Vee. Gary Vee has been talking about Shopify for the last 6 years. And I didn't get into Shopify until like the last 4 months, right? So what is Shopify? Why does it matter? Why is it important? How do you make money online from Shopify and with Shopify, right? So something that the numbers have talked about is retail stores are dying. And they blame millennials for this, but it doesn't matter who's to blame because the business still happens, the business still goes somewhere else, right? Retail stores are going out of business. People just aren't going into them anymore. They don't want to go through the process. People still hit malls, but the numbers are not the same. Online sales are becoming the number one portion of almost all businesses, right? But there are small business retailers. We're all about supporting small businesses that are making tons of money becoming online stores, right? So Shopify is a platform that has become super popular with people all across the market, from beginner levels and entry levels to people who are advanced in the art of business and have had brick and mortar stores, physical businesses for years, and have recently started learning about online businesses, right? So and some people have already done this on Etsy if they have products. Some people have already done this on Amazon, and people have been doing this on eBay for years. Like when my twin sister wanted to sell her drum set, we sold it on eBay. And that was really our first interaction with selling things online and having a product to move and making decent money for something, right? Dope. So the difference, and I'll use the record industry to tell you the main difference between these. And if you're looking for a full write-up, again, there will be a full write-up in much greater detail on the new blog on the HOHcollective.com. And you go right to our blog section, and that is the Kava Bowl. And we will put links to it on Twitter, IG, and Facebook. And the website also has links to all of our socials, so you can find it a number of different ways. And it's actually on the home page to take you direct to the blog. To use the music industry as an example, the main difference between Shopify, Etsy, and Amazon is when you join Shopify, it's being an independent artist. You own your own masters, you own all your music, all your material, all your content, everything belongs to you. When you go with Amazon and Etsy, it's like getting signed by a label. They have the information out there already, so they have the market. You don't have to find people. People are going to find your stuff instantly. You can just put your product out there and get it to people, and bang, it's like you can get started in a very simple way, but you don't own anything. And if Amazon or Etsy decides they're not okay with you selling your products through them anymore because they don't agree with them or you or your stores or your views, you can be kicked off by either platform instantly. The one thing that's universal between the two is that there are fees with everyone, okay? So those fees range in price, and for some situations they're cheaper, for others they're not, but you have to pay everyone. Something that's very true about business is you have to spend money to make money. In order to get a website, we had to pay for our domain. We had to pay for hosting. We had to pay for a builder. Like, there are ways to do this for free, but you have to pay for all of this. So the other thing that's really great about Shopify, opposed to Amazon, is the level of customization, because you're getting a web page. You're getting a web page, you're getting a domain, you're getting all of that in one set package for your product. It's built for e-commerce. So instead of other people's ads, other people's information, like with Amazon and Etsy, Shopify is all yours. It's built around you, and it's a very easy and very simple website builder when you want to have your information and your product out there and not have everybody else's name on it and everybody else's fingers in your pot. Because when you're on Amazon and you're on Etsy, they are built for recommending product to you. So it doesn't matter if someone else's product is cheaper than yours. They're going to recommend it because they still get the sale and they get the money regardless. With Shopify, the only thing that gets recommended is products from your list. So the difference is also you have to drive and control the traffic to your page. But if you can generate that traffic, and we show and teach methods on how to do that, the sales are all yours and you don't have to worry about them sharing with anyone else. So again, no matter which platform you go with, you're going to pay somebody out for the service because you're making money off of them. You know what I mean? And they're providing you an easier service to do what you don't necessarily know how to do yourself. So what this really comes down to is the amount of effort that you're willing to put in and you want to put in. And so something I tell everybody and have told everybody in terms of my family's business, in terms of being in my life, is the level of effort that you're willing to put in is what you're going to get out. It's true of everyone. I'm not going to pressure anyone into anything. I'm not going to make you sign this paper. I'm not going to make you show up to this event. I'm going to offer and give you the chance to, and if you don't want to, or I feel like you don't want to, then I may not offer again and I may not put it back out there. But I don't want to force anyone to ever be a part of or do anything that they don't want to do. This is the same with these services. It's your level of engagement, right? And so the one thing why would I do this for myself when I can go just collect a 9-to-5 check and do this for somebody else and I don't have to do half the work? If that's right for you, that's okay. Gary Vee says it, a ton of other people say it. Like, owning your own business, working for yourself, is not for everyone. Not everyone has the energy. Not everyone is willing to put in the effort. Not everyone has that level of commitment. Not everyone is capable of staying consistent. When it comes to this podcast, when it comes to our website, when it comes to working for ourselves, the number one thing that you need is consistency. Because if you're not doing it on a regular basis, people aren't interested. You're not going to stay on top. You're not going to stay relevant. They're not going to come back. You telling me somebody's really going to make the same effort to check in once every 5 months to see if you drop something new as they are if something is just popping into their phone automatically because you're putting it out daily and you're putting it out weekly? No. People want the latest information and the best and most accurate news, even if it's clickbait, with the least amount of work possible. So if you're gonna build up a loyal following with your store like we did with the podcast, you got to be consistent. So if you want to do just like small sales and a secondary income, you should definitely be going with Amazon or Etsy, because there's not a lot of work that you have to do there and you get a smaller return, but you have to do a lot less. And for people that don't really want to be up, like making sure their store is doing good and people are getting their information, those are probably for you. And again, this episode in this instant right now is just talking about people who exclusively have a physical product that they want to sell. Next episode, we're going to be talking to people who don't have any physical product and still want to make money online and still want to start an online business, right? But again, if you're willing to do the work and you don't mind doing work and you have the effort and the ability to stay consistent, you're just tired of doing it for other people, then Shopify is a really dope option. So you can Google yourself, but if you go and you check out the vlog, we have all of this information put together for you already. We have links to it, where you go, what you need to get, and dope packages for it. And that is today's episode. And I just wanted to share that information with you guys because something we always talk about is freedom. And this is a method of reaching freedom. The world is changing, guys. And you know what I mean? And 9-to-5s still happen, but they aren't what's driving culture and driving movement. And the important reason of why this was a must for me is because there are not enough people of color making money online, doing business online. And so all of the people that are profiting from this the most are the same people that have always profited from it. And that needs to change. And so this is not just me talking about it. This is me doing it and me sharing it with you guys. So I hope this was informative. Again, if you would like to learn more about any of this or find this information for yourself, we've already put it all together for you on the HOHcollective.com. Our official launch date is tomorrow, and all of the information will be available for you. And we look forward to sharing it with you guys. Thank you for coming back to us, family. Bless up, and we will talk to you soon.